Hey guys, Dominique here. It's been a while. I know I've been super busy with work and the kids and everything. Right now, as you can see, I'm at home and it's freaking gorgeous out here. It's been pouring down rain and there's some major flooding up north and in Canada as well. And the cat's here. But anyway, so there's some major flooding up north, so it's nice that the weather has kind of chilled out a bit. But I'm actually walking down to the shop to go to my mother and father-in-law's apartment and drop off packages that have just been piling up in the house. Okay guys, so I retreated to filming in the truck because I feel like when I film inside, it's kind of unnatural and I'm more comfortable talking to you guys in a vehicle, maybe because that's how I've always done it. But all right, I know that you guys probably haven't heard because there's a lot of stuff going on in the news right now or today, but today is International Men's Day. And I wanted to bring it up and talk about it a bit because I've had so many men support me in my career. It's countless people have gone out of their way to teach me the things that I know. And it has all been men. If it weren't for men, I would not be where I'm at in my career. I would not have the knowledge that I have, and I would not have the skills that I have. I wanted to take a minute and talk about a few of the guys or a few of the men in my life that have really influenced my ability to be a truck driver. The first person I wanted to talk about was my grandfather. So from the time I was a little girl, I would tell everyone that asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up that I wanted to be a truck driver. And a few people in our family, several people actually, would say things to me like, oh, don't worry, someday you're going to grow up and you're going to want a girl job. Or the one that hurt the most was, nobody's going to want to marry you if you become a truck driver. And just things that really hurt me deep down, that at the time I didn't really know what to say. Or maybe I was so little that I kind of just brushed it off and I moved on. But my grandfather never said anything like that. But what my grandfather did do is encourage me by, when he would travel, he would drive to Arizona in the winter every now and again, and he would stop at truck stops and he would get me those truck trader books. I don't know if they still have them in the truck stops or not, but they did when I drove over the road. But he would bring me home the truck trader books, and I would cut out all the trucks that I liked. And you know, most teenage girls or, you know, preteens have pictures of the boy bands they like, or like the actors they like, or whatever, sports people, athletes. I had an entire wall of semi trucks that I wasn't allowed to put tacks on my wall, so I had sticky tack, and on each corner of each little photo of these trucks that were for sale, I had a little piece of sticky tack, and they were up on my wall. They were up on my wall for years. I think I was 17 before I took them down. But my grandfather always brought those back for me when he'd been on the road, and I loved it. He also would go out of his way to, if he met somebody that was a truck driver or did something with a truck, to find out about their careers and talk to me about, you know, options that I had other than just being an over-the-road truck driver when I grew up. And he always supported me. When I turned 15 and I got my permit, he was the one that taught me how to drive. We spent hours driving all through Washington State in all driving conditions because he was 100% committed to making sure that I had the skills to become a truck driver. And the basic skill is being able to drive a car. And yeah, he did teach me some things that probably are not necessarily good. He had a bit of a heavy foot, and he encouraged that with me, and I definitely learned from the best on that one. But he also taught me how to drive in the snow, and he also helped me learn how to drive off-road, and both of those things helped me a lot in truck driving. The second man that was super influential in my career was my truck driving instructor, Troy. When I started truck driving school at 21 years old, 2 weeks just past my birthday, I walked into a classroom of 12 people, including me, 10 of which were men over the age of 40. One was another young man around 26, and me. So 12 of us in a classroom. To say that I was intimidated would be an understatement. I felt completely out of my league, and I sat quietly in the front row and took notes and paid attention and did all of my work quietly. I didn't raise my hand. I didn't ask questions. I didn't speak, mostly because I was intimidated and afraid that if I did say something that I would embarrass myself, because I had no idea about trucks or the trucking industry. And I mean, I knew some things, but I didn't know enough to be able to make statements out loud in class. So I was just quiet and I took in as much information as I could. When we started driving, Troy would say that I was overconfident, but I had the skills to back up my confidence. He taught me to maneuver the truck. He taught me how to shift. He always treated me as if I could learn anything. He never treated me like I was different from the rest of the students, and he always supported me. I remember when I passed my test with 98%, I came running into the building and he yelled, "Dangles, you passed." And I was like, "What? You know, like, why are you calling me Dangles?" And he said, "Well, girl," he's like, "you dangled your feet. They barely touched the floor." He's like, "It didn't seem to affect your driving." So he's like, I didn't say anything about it. But it's hilarious to think about the way that I drove when I first learned versus now. I've gotten a lot more confident, so I sit with my seat a little bit lower and my feet are flat on the floor. But back then, I was so afraid that I was going to hit something and I wanted to sit up high so that I could see everything, that I definitely just pushed the pedals with the tip of my toes. Probably not the best way to do it, but I passed. The third man that really made a difference in my career and got me to where I'm at today is Frosty. Frosty was my team driver when I drove over the road, my first job after I got my CDL. He was a small man in his 60s. He drove this pickup truck that had his license plate said Frosty on it. Everyone called him Frosty. He taught me how to back into any dock, and that the best load back from LA was bananas, a straight load of bananas. Just get us straight home, get us up here, get us back home after traveling for so long. And I don't know if I could back into a dock the way that I could at 21, but he taught me so much about truck driving and shifting and just being all around good person when you're on the road, not judging other people for their mistakes, maybe going out of your way to see if you can help them out, maybe teach them something that they didn't know. And he taught me so much. One time on one of our first trips to LA, I was driving in Southern Oregon through the Siskiyous, and I missed a downshift going uphill loaded, and the truck basically fell on its face, and it was slowing way down, and I was trying to get it into gear, and it just wasn't happening for me. And Frosty was asleep, and he comes out of the sleeper and he says, "Girl," he's like, "it's fine." He's like, and there was no shoulder, so we were in the middle of I-5, where I was panicking because we're in the middle of I-5 and the truck is stopping. And luckily it was daylight, and I just remember him saying, "Girl, it's fine." He's like, "Let the truck stop, push the clutch in, put it into gear, and we'll get rolling again." And he clicked the flashers on and he got in the front seat, and I will never forget him sitting there looking forward, just looking out the front window as I'm trying to slowly get the truck moving uphill again. And I would have figured out what to do in that situation if it weren't for him, but I will never forget the way that he calmly told me that I could do it and that, you know, everybody makes mistakes. He was a great mentor, and yeah, he may not have been the best truck driver ever. He was not God's gift to truck driving, but he was an amazing teacher and a helper, and he taught me so much. That year I spent over the road with him was one of the best years of my career. Now, the last man that I want to talk about on International Men's Day is my good friend Steve. Steve taught me how to shift without the clutch. He taught me how to adjust drop axles properly, and he taught me how to adjust air canisters on your reach so that your reach doesn't just slide open when you don't want it to, or slam shut when you don't want it to. And he was so amazing at teaching these things. I think part of it is that he has kids my age, and so I think he felt like he was being a great dad by showing me around and teaching me all these things that nobody had mentioned to me before. But I mean, of course, like, people had talked about shifting without the clutch, but I'd only ever shifted with the clutch, so I was kind of afraid to not shift with it, and it took me time to understand how it worked. And you know, now that I shift without the clutch, it seems natural. Like, it seems weird to use the clutch, of course. But throughout the years, he supported me so much, and he always believed in me, just like all of the other people that I've mentioned today. Today, on International Men's Day, I just want to thank each and every one of you and let everyone know how grateful I am, because working in a man's world is hard work. Trying to keep up and learn the things that you need to learn to do this job, it can be hard. And if you're unwilling to learn, it makes it even harder. And I think that my willingness to learn and my gratitude towards people has really helped me in my career. All right, guys. So the last thing is, I need your guys' help. I'm in the market for a dump truck. I was bidding on one a couple weeks ago, and it ended up going for a lot more than I was willing to pay for it. It was a pretty nice truck. Drop me a comment below if you guys want to see a video about that truck. It was pretty old, but it was pretty cool. So let me know if you want to see it. But anyway, so I'm in the market for a dump truck. If you guys run across one of your friends is selling one, you work for a company selling one, send me a message, drop me a link. I'm looking for those trucks that aren't listed nationally that I wouldn't run across if I weren't for you. So send me an email, Instagram message, drop a comment below here, send me a link, and let me know what you find. But I really appreciate each and every one of you guys that's joined me on this journey, and hopefully we can continue on, and you guys can see what it's like if I actually get a dump truck and see if I make it. But all right, you guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.